Service area businesses. Why is it so hard to work with service area businesses and do local SEO for service area businesses? Well, if you're working with Google Maps, one of the problems with service area businesses is that you do not have an address because the business is servicing an area. So without an address, how are you gonna create driving directions, for example, right? So that's what this SEO update is about. And I'm going to walk you through an example of working with a service area business and how SEO is able to create these driving directions now. And let me start by showing you what a service area business looks like. It looks like this. It doesn't have an address, okay, here. There's no address. And here's an example of a business with an address, okay? This is a business with an address compared to a service area business doesn't have an address. So a business with an address, no problem. Okay, SEO creates, because we have an address, we have coordinates, we have GPS coordinates. The business, the address is perfectly identified and easy to work with, but not on a service area business, because look at this at the red lines here. It's an area. It's servicing this area, which seems to be Phoenix. So we're going to do a couple of examples. And example number one is we're going to use just the business URL. Okay, the service. We're going to take this business. We're going to copy the GMB URL and then do a maps build. Okay, and SEO is going to create driving directions to and from the city or the center of the service area business. In this case, seems to be Phoenix, the biggest city in this area, and that's what I expect SEO to create to and from driving directions, to and from whatever directions we select from here, from the planner, from the maps builder. I'm going to do best, driving, walking. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take the address off. So we're going to do just the Google Maps URL in the first example, and then we're going to use the address. So let's do the first example. Okay, let's do a build with just the maps URL, and I've enabled the create points of interest and driving directions switch option, and I have enabled from and to. Okay, and I've enabled best, driving, and walking directions. Okay, and I'm going to press the build button. So let's wait for a second for it to complete. Okay, let me look at my dashboard and open the project. Let's go into the From Directions tab and open a random driving direction. Okay, all right, so we have Phoenix, Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona to the point of interest. Why Phoenix, Arizona? Because you don't have an address. Okay, remember, this is an area. And SEO understood that the business that you're working with on the builder is a service area business. Okay, it's a service area business. It's servicing this area here in red. Okay, between the lines, and it built the driving directions using the center or the whatever the center. It's not exactly the center because it took the biggest city populated probably, which in this case is Phoenix, and then built driving directions to that location. And let's take a look at two directions. So this is from the business. Okay, this was from the business to not the business, but the center of the service area that the center of the area that the business is servicing to the point of interest. And now the two directions is to the business. So from the point of interest to the business, to the destination. Let's do a different one. So another park. So this is a park. So from the park to the business, which the center of the area that the business is trying to service. right? Now, let's do another example where we use the address of the business. And how do you get the address of the business? Good question. So this is the business we're trying to work with. And my first approach is to try to find the address on the website of the business. And in this case, we have an address on the website. If you are working with a business, try to get the address either from the website, or if you are working directly with, you are in contact with the business, like call them, try to somehow get the address of the business if that is something that you're allowed to do, and use that address, because this is my preferred way of working with service area businesses, is to create directions and create the local SEO data and projects to the exact address of the business. So this here doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to create driving directions to the center of the area that the business is servicing. It does not make a lot of sense to me. It makes a lot more sense, to me at least, to create driving directions to the actual address of the business, even if it's not showing on the maps, the data of the business, right? So in this case, I open the website. On the website, I have an address, and I copy the address. Okay, so pay attention, guys. Pay attention to this step. You copy the address, or you take the address from wherever you got the address from. You open Google Maps. You go to maps.google.com, and on the search bar, you paste the address. You type in the address of the business, and you copy the address from here, from whatever search results. You come here on the address bar, and then you copy it. Okay, you copy the address. Do not use the address from either the website or whatever place you got the address from. Please confirm the address on Google Maps, okay, and take the address from here, because this is confirmation that the address is correct and exists. Double check, okay? Double check the address here on Google Maps and copy it from here. Again, do not use the address from the website. Do not use the address from wherever you got the address from, whatever place, phone, paper, whatever, wherever you got the address. Don't use that. Use this one only, and then take that address and paste it in here. And I'm going to do a build so we can take a look at what the result is for the driving address, because they're going to be different. Then we'll take a look in a minute. All right, my project is created, and I'm going to open the Google Sheet of this project now. So remember, we did a build with the address of the business, and there's our address. So now we're actually using the actual address of the business. So this is from the business to the point of interest, right? Notice the difference. Let me see if I can find. See, here's the, well, let's take an example, like, I think this one. Yeah, so this is a good comparison. So here I have a point of interest. In this case, it's a park from Phoenix, right? So this is when we created the project with the driving directions from the center of the area that the business is servicing, without the address, okay? Without the address here, with an empty address. You get this. This is what you get. Now, with the address, the driving directions are using the actual address of the business itself, okay? Why? Because we told Stack 2 that this was the right address, okay? Let's take an example. Let's take a look at another example from 2. So this is to the business. From the point of interest, probably another park, to the business itself. Okay. From the point of interest to the business, which is the actual address that we used on the maps builder of Staxio. Okay, so Staxio now understands if you're using a service area business or not, and you have two options: to use the area that the business, like the center of the area, or the biggest city of the area that the business is servicing. That's option number one, without an address. Okay, and then option number two is with the actual address of the business, and use that address for building your project, your local SEO project. Okay, so this is how you work with service area businesses. This is the update that we've just released. See you on the next video.